Are we recording here? Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Underdog Hockey Pod. I'll be your host today. My name's Tyler. We've got Kurt over here to my left.
What's going on, people?
Brad over here to my right.
How's it going?
And today we're just going to do, it's just a regular season wrap-up. Wrapping up the 2018-19 season. Talking about some of the milestones reached, some of the biggest winners, biggest losers, biggest disappointments.
There's some big losers
of this season.
Issues with the playoff format.
There were a lot of storylines, and even just in the last couple days of the season, there were a lot of really interesting things that happened. So we'll kick it off right here. Who do we got today, Kurt?
We've got some delicious Rainier beer, Mountain Fresh. You can get a 25 case of it, or 15 case of it for about $21.
From Washington State.
It's a pretty basic lager, but not bad.
Kind of tastes like the stuff we had last week.
What was that?
Bush.
Yes, it does taste like Bush.
It's cheap beer all the time. Watered down, piss water. But I like light beers, so I'm good with it.
All right.
Okay, Craigie, what do you want to say?
So, well, first of all, I just wanted to clarify a couple things from last week's episode where we talked about goaltending. I listened back to the episode. I noticed I had missed a couple things. I just wanted to clarify some stuff. So, first of all, we were talking about how goaltending's evolved and how you look back at goalies 10 years ago and goalies now, like the older guys, the Ryan Millers and the Pekka Rinnes, they kind of look strange. They're like unique today because all the younger generations all doing their own thing. But it's basically just like a cat and mouse game. Like the shooters figure out ways to score on the goalie. The goalies have to figure out new ways to stop those shooters in those situations. So like, for example, everybody used to use the VH, vertical horizontal, right? Short side block or whatever you call it. And then everybody started shooting far pad for rebounds into the slot. So to counteract that, goalies started using reverse VH. Now you see guys like Crosby and the elite snipers of the game today shooting from the goal line, picking short side over the goalie's shoulder, right?
See a lot of those.
You see a lot of those now.
Well, team players are good enough now they can pick those shots.
Yeah.
That's a quick thing, quick innovation. They really, I wouldn't say invented it, but he definitely introduced a new element into the goaltending arsenal that was very effective during their two cups. Because it was a new idea, people were like, what is he doing? Mm-hmm. He's going to be short-sided. But now that shooters have sort of taken a couple of years to catch on to it, now it's, what's going to be the next step, but we don't know. But
yeah. So that's the first thing I want to clarify, just how what I meant by that. Secondly, we talked about... I forget what we talked about. Anyway, I said one of the reasons why save percentage was down was because there were more power plays this year. I fact-checked myself. There's actually... It's about the same as last year. So, I was wrong there.
I think it's the goalie equipment is the biggest factor.
I think it is a bit.
It was this year, right? They shaved down the elbow pads.
This year.
So, like, the goalies have to keep their arms either tighter or wider and the pucks can squeak through.
Yeah. Plus their shoulders are reduced on the right, kind of where the rotator cuff is.
Looking back through the past 5 years, I looked at all the league averages and power play percentage, power plays per game were all pretty close. Shots per game were down half a shot this year, and saves were down half a save, so it kind of canceled itself out. So yeah, I think really the goalie equipment and maybe the fact that shooters are just getting better at shooting with the new technology and sticks and just working on their skills through the summer rather than all weight training.
It's a 12-month profession.
Yeah.
Now.
It is. There's no real off season.
Even 10 years ago, players they wouldn't touch the ice or a stick for like a month or maybe a month and a half. But now you can maybe give yourself 3 weeks and then you gotta hit the training room.
Exactly. And so anyway, let's just get into the season here. Maybe we'll start off with Tampa Bay.
Why not? They're number one in everything.
Tied the record for the most wins in a season with 62 this year.
Yeah.
They won 3 out of 4 games the entire season. I would like to know what was their longest losing streak. I can't imagine anywhere 2, maybe 3 games.
Yeah, probably max 3. I don't know.
I can't imagine them have a 5 or 6 game slide.
I just remember making an earlier post around I want to say February, how they were still at one point in single digits losses. And at this point in the season, it's incredible. Like, really to showcase, like,
they got to be the Cup favorite. Who else?
Just
going into it.
I'm
saying, like, because like Tampa Bay is not nearly as they don't have the pedigree as like some other dominant teams going to the playoffs because they haven't. You know what I mean? In the sense that like, in other years, like we go in the playoffs, like Chicago's got it. Like Chicago's just they have the pedigree. Tampa doesn't have the pedigree.
They have the it.
They have the it factor. Tampa Bay, they don't have that yet. They have everything, but can they put it all together? Even they've gone to Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, I'm probably like 4 or 5.
4 years in a row. I think.
Like they're always in the fight.
And they were in the finals once
against Chicago. And they lost.
But you know,
that was a good series. Though, remember that.
Think of it this way, though. 2015. The fact that they've been in the fight that close so many times, and their management has been able to keep
this. This is the year.
No, it is the year, but I'm saying
the year.
How they could be able to keep it together.
I know, it's amazing.
Even when they had Druin, the whole controversy with him, they still managed to twist it, and it still worked to their benefit.
On it. That was a great trade for them.
And the way they signed all those players too. It's
but this is last year because this offseason is going to come out crashing down a little bit on them. It's kind of coming to a point, you know.
A Braden point. Yeah. Yeah, that's a face palm. Whatever, fuck it.
But Stamkos, I think last year he's played in like 6 or 7 game 7s. He's pointless.
Yeah.
Who's this? Sorry.
Stamkos.
Who's Stammer?
He's played I think all of his career's game 7s. He hasn't have a single point. He's got to figure it out more than any player on Tampa. If he doesn't, because they're gonna have a game 7 somewhere on, they're gonna have tight games. He's got to start performing in the playoffs. That's probably why they haven't been able to figure it out. You got to Stamkos just keeps shit the bed every year.
But at least Stamkos does have a strong supporting cast, and you've mentioned this before,
Brad. It's the other way around. He's a supporting cast now.
Yeah, he is really.
You know, 40-goal scorer, he's supporting cast. But
you mentioned before though, like they have. If you look up and down the roster, they hit every single tick mark that you want.
They're amazing.
Yeah, but you could see,
I think Boston is the only team in the East that I would say they're gonna really get into the heck.
I could see Washington.
They're gonna have to see him in the second round.
Yeah, probably, I think Boston they're built for playoffs.
I just think that, but the Tampa Bay's got so much speed. I just don't think anyone's going to get him a hang with that.
Well, Boston is only taking their scoring, then you got to get Tampa. But I think I'm just saying out of the other teams, I think Boston's the only team that I think could take Tampa at least to 6 or 7 and give them hell.
Yeah. So keeping with Tampa Bay here. Art Ross winner, highest scoring Art Ross winner since Lemieux scored 161 points in 95-96. That's obviously the Russian Nikita Kucherov with 128 points this year.
Damn.
Just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, those days of wearing the skates too big and old Russia with his parents taking the job at the rink to support him and his brother to share skates are long gone.
You could make the argument that he wouldn't have the same output on another team.
He's got 62 pims though. He's
feisty.
He's feisty guy.
Feisty
McDavid's got 20. Kane's got 22. Draisaitl's got 52, and then Marchand's got 96, but he's the outlier. So he's pretty high for penalty minutes. Kucherov.
Yeah.
For top scorers. Yeah, we had six 100-point players this year, and McKinnon and Goudreau were stuck at 99.
Wow. So you almost had 8.
Almost had 8. Stamkos at 98. And Sasha Barkov, 96 points. Did you know that?
No.
Well, Huberdeau finished high too.
Yeah, he was on fire the second half of the season.
My boy Dadonov beat his points from last year.
There you
go. Huberdeau 92.
And on top of that, I believe the stat was Tampa had 3 40-goal scorers this year too. And Kucherov, Point, and Stamkos. Is that correct? Yeah. When was the last time that happened? I didn't look that part up. But
Stamkos had 45 leading the way.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about points and we're talking about unreal points, how about Edmonton having 2 100-point players
and a 50-goal scorer?
And a 50-goal scorer.
They had 91 goals from those 2 players and over 100 points.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't make the playoffs.
Couldn't even get
Didn't even come
wild card
close.
shot.
McDavid had 41 goals, 116 points in 75
On
games this year.
Top of, they
Draisaitl
can't make the playoffs when the West is at its worst.
It's at a weak time.
Draisaitl had 50, 105, and 82. And yeah, like they didn't even come close. They were out of it a month ago.
All I know is you can't blame those two.
Months.
Yeah.
You can't blame Draisaitl. You can't blame
Plural.
McDavid. That's the fact. It's just the bottom line. You can't get mad at those two players.
Outside of those two guys, and then
It's huge.
maybe
It's
Nuge.
huge, and then it drops way the fuck off.
Yeah, Nuge and Chason
Yeah.
put up 20 as a third liner, so they did get some offense, but their defense is just it's trash. There's no other way to say
Well,
it.
they're one of those teams like Toronto who hasn't really extensively invested into a deep
Fixed it. They
or
haven't
fixed the
fixed
problem.
it. Yeah, they haven't fixed it. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot.
But when you're with Toronto and you like, yeah, we can't afford trading for a right-handed shot defenseman, so we're gonna go for Muzzin. Well, you trade for Muzzin, but you don't feel your need though.
No, you do not. You get another.
So what's the point? You don't feel a need.
He's not.
and Babcock was clearly unhappy with that trade.
Yeah.
He was like
I'm
in the interviews after he's like, well, we're just gonna deal with this.
Yeah, we're
basically
gonna-
how he worded it.
make the best of this, because like if you're not feeling a need, why are you making the trade? You're just making the trade just to make a trade.
He needed a right-handed defenseman who could fit in his top four nicely, and he didn't. He got a
He didn't get
left-handed defenseman.
And Muzzin he doesn't really seem to fit organically,
No, he does not.
because they have like Riley, Gardner, Dermott, Hainsey, who does play the right side, and you got Muzzin. Like their left side's getting pretty crowded in the top four, and they have to move somebody to the right. It's just awkward.
I'm still shocked they didn't go for like Justin Falk.
Well, that's what Carolina must have been asking the fucking. Well, I know why they didn't want to do it. They wanted Carolina probably wanted Kapanen
Mm-hmm.
or Johnson, and they didn't want to give them up.
That's fair.
They wanted roster players for a right-handed shot defenseman, and they didn't want to do that.
Social media went hard though with the Jake Muzzin. A lot of people thought that he was like their mystic answer, and a lot of people said no, like he isn't. Like
Yeah.
he really wasn't.
Two
Like
good players, just not what they needed.
no.
Go on. What was next?
Okay. Well, I got a fun fact to add about Draisaitl. Do you guys know he's already the fourth highest scoring German player of all time?
I did not know that.
No.
I think
Who is number one?
Oh, you put me on the spot. Marco Sturm is number one.
Marco Sturm.
Marco Sturm. But okay, so I got the numbers here.
Ehrhoff must be in there somewhere.
Ehrhoff, I think, was 3. Yeah.
Marcel Gotch.
Gotch is below Marco.
Oh, really? Okay.
Under points,
The other
he's already
one.
beat
The
him.
other one. It was Sturm, Ehrhoff. Who was it?
Dennis Steinberg.
No,
No, he won't.
it was a forward.
Oh,
I'm drawing a blank right now.
that's okay. Good for Germany.
Yeah, so it's pretty proud moment for them. He's their first 50 goal scorer, and first guy to ever hit 100 points in a season.
They haven't had a 50 goal score in Edmonton
Well,
since the 80s.
It's
been a long time.
90s? I couldn't think they've had a 50 goal guy in my lifespan.
I'm trying to think.
Who else would score 50 in Edmonton over the last 25
in the '90s
years?
they weren't very good, and when they were like a weak team going into the playoffs.
I have no idea.
Like
but
late
I don't-
'90s, sometimes
I can't think of anybody. Who
Probably
would
not
be-
50. No,
No, I don't think so.
maybe yeah.
Let me look
going
it up.
back to like Glenn Anderson or
That's '80s though.
yeah, that's late 80s.
Maybe I have.
Why don't you look it up?
What am I gonna search?
Edmonton
goals.
Oilers stats 1988 or something.
No, 50 goal scores for Edmonton.
Okay, go continue.
Yeah, I'll keep continuing. Here's another fun stat.
Okay.
8th highest scoring German of all time. Fellow Edmonton Oiler Tobias Reeder.
Take that, Nicholson. He didn't score a single goal all year, right?
I don't
He
think
finished
he
the year with goalless.
I think so, yeah. He got a couple assists.
How do you do that?
But no, it's funny. If you're checking out our website here, check out our Instagram. Brad made a post about this,
Yeah.
incorporating Toby from The Office, and
Zero
I laughed my ass off.
goals in
Yeah.
67 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it now. He's got to be done in the league. He scored 12 goals in the last 2 years.
He's really good at hockey.
That means he got 12 goals last year.
Yeah, he had 4 with Kings and 8 with Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really bad. He's probably on PTO. If not, he'll probably go to Switzerland or something like that, German league. He'll go to Europe.
Oh, whatever. He's not working for a living. So.
Last.
You can look that up.
Oh, look at that. First thing that comes up. Last 50 goals scorer for the Oilers. Let's see.
Placing our bets right now.
I'm gonna say Yard Curry.
But what year? That's the question.
Oh no.
What year?
I want to know what year.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, go ahead.
91.
I'm gonna say 87.
Okay.
Okay, keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh look who's there. Leon Lucic. Speaking of goals.
So Connor McDavid, he had a little bit of a scary incident last game of the season.
He did
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
Just he wanted another goal. He couldn't stop at 41, so he felt like he needed another goal there. Crashed the net and crashed too hard into that post. He said he thought his leg was broken at the time.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like Stamkos' injury.
Yeah, it looked. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like, that could be a career-changing injury for somebody like him, who's known for his speed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
luckily,
it was-
the X-rays came back negative. I think he got an MRI to get checked out for like a ligament damage in his knee. But
Yeah, I believe
he's
it was,
walking.
I
So
believe it was 1987, the last 50
When
goal
you're-
scorer in Edmonton.
87. Wow.
Yeah.
I could be. I mean, this is kind of a hard stat to figure out. Cause it's not really.
Just go to Team Stat. Go to Hockey DB. Team Stats. Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, but I'm looking through every year.
Here's a thinker for you though.
Okay, whatever. I don't care.
I'm pretty
Let's move
sure-
on. We're getting distracted.
Here I want to raise a question here for a second.
It's been a long time.
So I keep thinking about the Islanders right now, obviously, but here was a team that didn't have any like big producer points. Like Barzal ended with 63. That was the highest on their whole team. Like even I think Pettersson even beat him in the point race.
Yeah, Patterson did beat him.
But
Barzal.
the whole team as a unit though was always kind of chipping in. Like so you got Casey Zizekas with 20 goals. Anders Lee didn't put up unreal point numbers. Like really, the whole team as a unit didn't really put up anything to write home about. You wouldn't find them in any standings or like anything substantial like in terms of like stats. Like holy cow!
Right.
But they worked as a unit. Grice and Leonard won the Jennings Trophy, which is kind of a nice thing to see. Even though today they said in an interview no, that's a team award. We both think it's a team award, not just us. Does it really matter sometimes if you have that? Do you really think it really comes down to like if you have the guy like holy cow, like look at his points anymore, or do you think it's more of a depth game at the end when it comes down to it?
Well, if you want to win a cup, you need depth.
Yeah, you need all 4 lines to contribute somehow.
Yeah, you need to have stars though.
You do.
Name a team that hasn't had a superstar forward that's won the cup in the last.
Ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
How many teams that suck have won the cup? It doesn't happen.
Well, I'm trying to think.
I'm having shitty fans.
I'm trying to think. Well, Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, Stahl, he had 100 point season that year.
That was a rookie season for
He
him
was a
too.
superstar.
Yeah, and
100
then they
point season's 100
had Cam
superstar.
Ward came out and played like the stud too. So.
Out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of wondering about that now. I just think about I'm just looking at some of the teams right now.
I guess you could say the first cup-winning Kings team in 2012.
That was 8 seeded.
They were 8th seeded. They weren't really.
Kopitar wasn't on the map yet.
Yeah, they weren't.
That put
Like,
him on the map.
well, he was still a good player, but they weren't a
wasn't.
high-scoring team.
No.
Like getting back to your point.
They just got. They
had depth.
played like 24 games that entire
Yeah.
playoffs. They only won 16 and 16 of them.
They had depth, but they also had a good strategy behind them.
They had the right makeup.
They were the type of team to win. They were probably the last team to win playoff games like 1-0.
It was kind of boring. It could be really boring to watch because you kind of knew what was going to happen over and over and over.
Steamrolled everybody they played against.
Like
They played big. They played physical.
super physical. Like even Don Cherry was like, I've never seen a team hit so much in my entire career.
they wore you down. They
Yeah.
were so big.
But
Top to bottom, they were big and they were nasty.
last year
But
against
they did have good players.
But they had enough skill to get through it.
Yeah.
They weren't just beat you up.
Mhm.
They had skill to burn you.
They brought in Richards that year. They brought in
Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter at the deadline. Like they had firepower to back it up too. The way they played though, they just didn't score as much.
Yeah.
And that's similar to, because like even looking at the Islanders this year, last year they were the highest scoring team in the league, or top 3 I think. This year their roster is almost identical, save Johnny T leaving, and their goals for per game dropped dramatically.
But their goals against, they were last place in the league goals against.
That's the way they can get.
That's pretty amazing.
They were more of a run and gun style last year. This year they came in more structured. Torts took over there. Trotz,
I was about to say. And
yeah.
Morello. When you sign guys like Komarov and Filipila, you're not trying to score goals, you're trying to plug holes.
By committee.
Mm-hmm. So that extra focus on defense takes away your ability to go for rushes and create.
Who wins Jack Adams?
Trotzy.
There's a few teams. I think I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but Calgary's coach, Bill Peters, came over from Carolina. Brought over half of Carolina's team from last year as well, and magically they're good.
I think
those trades actually kind of panned out for both teams because they both ended up making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the long run,
I
they both
think
made
it's
it.
a 3-headed race for me between Brendan Moore in Carolina, Trotz and Islanders, and Rick Tocchet in Arizona. I know he didn't make the playoffs, but he was playing with nothing half the year. His stars were hurt.
Their team's very depleted. Yeah.
Like all year round.
Arizona.
Yeah. They were up to it.
They missed their starting goalie almost the entire season again.
Yeah.
For the second year in a row.
Ranta.
Yeah.
A lot of Arizona fans don't like him because of that one
I
reason.
hate him too.
Because he's just always injured.
He's just always hurt. There's a lot of snowbirds that live up here. They go out to Arizona for games.
Yeah.
And they said that he's really just when you're comparing him and Darcy Kemper, it's like these brothers have Darcy Kemper.
Well, you think you have to keep Kemper around now.
He's a cheaper version of what you got.
Yeah.
They both put up solid numbers there. So.
But I didn't like his dive though. Anyway.
I think you gotta give it to Tocchet. Just I know he didn't make the playoffs, and if he did make the playoffs, it would be his for sure. I just think based on what he was working with.
I agree that if they made the playoffs, it would be his.
But I think that might hurt his chances.
I
think Brendan Moore in Carolina, I would give it to him over Trotz because he has less to work with.
But Brad, we didn't have John Tavares. We weren't supposed to succeed at all. What's going on? What do you mean? We made the playoffs. We actually finished at higher in the standings than Toronto. What do you mean?
Doesn't matter.
I do like Rod the Bod.
They're both going to get bounced in the first round between the Islanders and Toronto.
Most likely.
You that's an opinion. That's for next week. We'll save your opinion for next week.
We'll get to that soon.
Okay.
Negative vibes.
Calder,
Uh,
I think that's a walk in the park, Pedersen.
I think Bennington gave him a little run for his money, but I think he's got to be Pedersen.
He didn't play enough. He only played 32 games.
30 games, yeah. He played amazing, but...
As a goalie?
30 games.
32 games is not...
You think you give him a break?
Huh?
How many games did Steve Mason play when he won it?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
He was their only goalie. He probably played like 70 that year.
He was like him and like Yan Denis or something.
No, it was... Yeah, Denis, that's going back. No, and you're thinking of Mark Denis.
Are you thinking Leclerc?
Pascal Leclerc would have been around that neighborhood.
First year, rookie season, he played 61 games.
Yeah, so I mean, that's really more or less what it takes.
That's starter numbers. He's got to play like 25, 30 more games if he wants to even be considered.
And then...
So it's got to be Pedersen.
Yeah.
He blew the league on fire. I mean, his second half was pretty bad.
I don't even know who is even another notable rookie. Heiskanen, yeah.
Dahlin did okay.
Yeah.
He's a shitty cast, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. You kind of get buried. If you're a defenseman and you're not putting up points and your team is doing bad.
But he played good, though, for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He had an amazing season. Just that it was Buffalo, nobody cared.
Yeah. Buffalo, nobody cared. Team just had the hottest first 10 games ever.
If you just separate, if you take those 10 wins and 20 points out of their season, they had 20 wins in like 70 games.
Yeah.
They looked pretty good for a while there. Like
for 10 games,
they were having the competitive games with Tampa Bay.
Yeah. No, they had a hot start.
Yeah.
And then they cooled off hard. Anyway, back to my notes here. Richard winner for the 8th time in his career.
Ovi.
33-year-old Alex Ovechkin.
The most Rockets ever.
Yeah. 8th is the record for most ever.
Wow.
This is the third time in the last 10 years that we've had at least two 50-goal scorers. The last time, any guesses? The two players in the year, any guesses?
For 50 goal?
The last two 50-goal guys to do it the same year.
Probably the year Stamkos got 60.
Well,
Ovechkin and Stamkos.
It was Stamkos and Malkin in 2011-12.
And Malkin?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the last time we had
Underrated.
last time we had three was Stamkos, Crosby, Ovi in 09-10.
Nice.
So it's nice to have two 50-goal guys again.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
The offense was definitely up this year.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Remember that one year Jamie Benn won it with like 82 points, or 85 points?
87, I think it was.
Beat John Tavares with an empty netter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a way to win.
And he didn't even realize it at the time.
That was the one complete. That was the worst thing that happened in franchise history.
Yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs either.
No, I don't think they did they?
That was the last time a team had a... It didn't happen this year, but last year it was McDavid won the Art Ross and team missed playoffs.
Yeah. Wow.
This year he put up... I think he came second.
Yeah.
McDavid?
Yeah. He was like 16 points back of
Kucherov.
but
impressive.
Do you know how many points McDavid would have
on a good team?
Tampa?
Yeah.
But if Ovi though, if he gets another 50-goal season, like he ties Gretzky all time.
But just listen to what I just said. He had 116 points on the Oilers. Put him with any other team.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many points he probably would have gotten? Maybe 140 plus.
Yeah.
So back to Ovi here. He's 33 years old now. He's 236 goals away, regular season away from tying Gretzky for the most of all time. So you do the math there. He's probably got to have like 5-6 more 50-goal seasons.
Yeah, I would love him. I mean, they were saying like just in simple terms of like sort of like inflation, like in the era that he's playing in, it's whatever he has now is more impressive than what Gretzky had in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's scoring.
Like we were talking about last week, goalies were standing up in the 80s. You just had to shoot along the ice and you beat them out.
Their odds are pretty good.
Like he's been scoring 50 goals. So this is his 14th year since 05-06, right?
Yeah, he has 8 of them.
He has 8.
Yeah.
So
8
every
shots.
second year,
I'm
he
sure
has
there's
50 goals.
been years that he's probably hit
He
50.
had 45 one year, 40 here, 40. I'm not sure if he ever scored less than 40.
He had that 1 year. Okay,
I'll
well,
look it up.
there was
1 year when he lost like every single he lost in the playoffs. He lost.
He had
the World
that
Cup.
really bad year like 3-4 years ago where he only got like 32.
Yeah, he was trying to just figure out shit. Was that lockout year, wasn't it?
No, that was regular year. I
I'm
think.
looking at him right
and
now.
then the lockout year, I think, was he wouldn't have hit 40 because there's only 48 games.
Then he
so-
lost a bunch of weight, and then now he's amazing again.
Yeah,
So he's never scored less than 32.
yeah, 32 is his lowest.
He had 32. Okay, I'll just list it off. 52, he had 52, 46, 65, 56, 50, 32, 38, 32, 51, 53, 50, 33 2 years ago. 33 goals, 69 points. Probably, this is almost as low as ever. Then 49 last year, 1 off 50. So he's almost, and then 51 this year.
Yeah.
So he scored 100 goals in the last 2 years.
If he didn't have a
And-
couple of rough seasons there, he'd be even closer.
So most impressive thing out of all this, he's played 81 games, 82, 82, 79, 72, 79, 78, 48. That was the lockout year.
All
So
48.
all 48. 78, 81, 79, 82, 82, 81.
It's pretty incredible.
He's missed like 12 games.
He's a
the entire
workhorse.
season.
He's a workhorse.
Entire year.
He celebrated all summer.
He drank his face off.
Drank his face off. I'm sure he must have trained because he came back and he was just as good this year.
But no real cup hangover for Washington though. They're back right in their first Metropolitan again, which they nearly beat the Islanders.
Yeah.
But hey, they're there and they're top seeded. They get home ice.
Climbing up that hill again, that mountain is hard to do.
It is to do it again, and keep the same cast kind of around, except for Ivan Smith-Pelly, who's now resides in the minors.
But just whatever. Ovechkin, he is just a monster.
He is.
Like that, he's already hit 1,000 games. He's 33.
Yeah.
Like usually guys who play 1,000 games are 35, 36, 37.
Yeah.
Like his body is just an amazing thing because he hasn't slowed down yet.
Well,
playing all that mileage.
He's
That's
a
not
truck.
including playoffs. That's just regular season.
Yeah.
Well, Russians really are vodka powered, I guess.
Whatever's in the water in Russia, it's crazy.
Yeah, so a couple more fun facts about Ovi. He's currently, as of the end of this season, sitting 13th all-time in goals. By the end of next season, assuming he stays healthy, assuming he hits 40 to 50, he's going to be sitting in between 6th and 8th.
He'll have 700 goals.
Yeah, he'll be over 700 probably. He'll be passing names such as Lemieux, Yzerman, and Messier.
What's Gretzky's record? 900 and something? Or somewhere around 900. I forget what it is. 963? I don't know.
982 or something.
Okay, well, and also on Ovechkin, he's played 121 playoff games. He has 61 goals.
894. That's what it is. 894.
894. So that's under 100. So he's still in there 200 goals.
236.
Yeah. So he's 121 games in the playoffs, 61 goals, so a goal every second game, and 117 points. Like, he is just a monster.
No, he's amazing.
Anyways, moving on from Ovechkin, one of my favorite players, just generational.
Yeah. He's pretty impressive. You just got to admit
he's the greatest goal scorer of our
People
generation.
hate him for some reason. People love him for other reasons, but
you hate him.
Yeah. You can't deny how good he is. So last game of the season last night, we witnessed potentially a Calder candidate for next season.
Ryan
Poehling from the Montreal Canadiens
Things
comes
are
in.
looking bright in Montreal for the first time in a few years.
Yeah.
At least, let alone their center ice is finally starting to take shape with Kotkaniemi and Poehling.
And Domi, yeah.
And Domi.
Down the middle. That's a pretty strong 3 there.
Domi did really well. He got a lot of flack for that trade for Galchenyuk.
Yeah.
It's funny how the winds of shit have shifted in Montreal. Because it wasn't that long ago that they wanted Bergevin's head to roll.
Mm.
You know.
They did.
They missed out despite being the 14th best team in the league this year. Just the way the standings worked out.
I hate this. I know it's a skewed thing with the West and the East, with the West being so bad.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing, though, is unless it was a 1/16 all the way through the league, that's the only way they would have made it. Even in the East, they were still like the 9th best team in the entire.
But I hate this fucking division format because we've seen San Jose, Vegas, we've seen Winnipeg, St. Louis. We're gonna see Nashville, Winnipeg. We've seen Boston, Toronto.
We're gonna see Boston, Tampa Bay.
I want to see a different team.
We're gonna see Washington, Pittsburgh in the second round. Like, it's all the same shit.
Okay.
No offense, Kurt.
I don't want Winnipeg we out first round.
They'll both be out, so it'll be fine. So Poehling, obviously got to give him props. Comes in, gets a hat trick in his first career NHL game.
So
on pace for 3 points per game for his NHL career. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, they just gotta figure out their left side defense in Montreal.
Yeah,
they gotta fill.
They're good with Weber and Petrie on the right side, but their left side's actually surprisingly, for considering how many good left-handed defensemen there are in the NHL compared to right.
I know it's kind
and
of
the disparity there.
Weird.
For some reason, they have they're strong on the right and they're weak on the left. That's something you hardly see.
So if it was just simply points, the seeding would change slightly, but not a whole lot. It would be Nashville and Dallas in the first round, or San Jose in Dallas. It would be Nashville and Vegas, and Winnipeg and St. Louis, and Calgary and Colorado. There will only be the 2 switches.
Right.
And then in the East, it would be Tampa and Columbus. That wouldn't change. It would be Boston and Carolina. It would be Washington and Pittsburgh, and then Boston and and then be the Islanders and Toronto in the first round. Ooh, that would be so good.
If they were in the same division, that would have been perfect. But stupid.
I would have enjoyed watching that.
Yeah,
I would have got home ice.
That would have been probably the most look forward to first round series.
I would have
in years
killed to see that series.
In years,
especially the fact that Toronto's not doing very well right now.
Oh, if that was a matchup, I would give it to the Islanders.
Oh, thank you. Well, wow, you guys are giving me something unbelievable.
I'd give the Islanders over Toronto.
Wait, say it again. We're on recording now.
It's on recording. Yeah,
it's on.
No, just
you can play it back. I'd give the Islanders over Toronto. All
right, thank you. Well, folks, believe it or not,
that's not the case, though, Kurt.
They gave me something. Thank you. Wow.
I gave you that, but I'm still giving Pittsburgh the first round bye.
Oh, but we'll save that for next episode.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. So the last note I really have here, obviously we got a couple other things to go over, but the coaching wheel of fortune, whatever you want to call it,
I believe
spins
They
again.
haven't been fired yet in the last 20 minutes.
I don't know in the last 20 minutes,
Not
but
yet.
Who's been fired?
Buffalo fired Housley,
Not surprised.
Florida fired Bugner.
And is he Couture? His tweets.
No,
He's coming. He's been coming. He's like, I'll look it up.
Willie D got let go from his intern position in LA. So that just proves that Chaput and Magna will not be coming to LA. They're not signing there.
Well, if Quenneville goes to Florida, remember Quenneville was up in arms when they traded Panarin.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was going to say Quenneville is rumored to be going to Florida. And there's been rumors all year that, Panarin will be going to Florida. As well, along with Bobrovsky. I don't know that they can fit both those guys in their team.
Yeah.
Given how cheap how financially strained they are. But there's been other rumors that he could be going to the Rangers as well, Panarin. But
he seems to want either Florida or the Rangers. That seems to be the.
I think if they get Quenneville, though, that would be the most obvious choice.
You got Florida, who's
If you've got a familiar coach who knows you and likes you, and you like him,
I think Quenneville's a better coach than Babcock.
Oh yeah,
because Babcock, he's all his success that you think first thing you think of Babcock is coaching success is Team Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you think of. That's so unfair.
Team Canada and stacked Red Wings team.
12 in 2009.
He has one.
2008.
2008, because he has one cup so far.
Yeah.
And so it's only recommended.
He's got one cup.
Was he an assistant coach in Anaheim? He
was
was there in 07.
He wasn't there in Anaheim.
No, he wasn't there. He was there when they went to finals in 03.
Oh, 03. Sorry, yeah, I'm mixing up.
So, sorry, what were we saying?
We're talking about coaching and just how Brad might go to Florida.
Well, I think we'll go also with Florida. You got that. You have the state tax thing.
Right.
Yeah, and you also have to remember
More
that
money.
with Florida, if you could take any of the teams that have coaching vacancies, Edmonton, Rangers, or not Richard, Oilers, all these teams.
Buffalo,
I would take Florida. That would be my number one pick. A team that I would want to start with.
they've got a 96-point scoring center.
If they have so much there, it would not take a lot to get that team in the playoffs based on what's on paper.
And if you get Panarin too.
And then you got Panarin, and then you had Panarin. And if you're top three, you have Panarin, Barkov, and Huberdeau. Now, bear in mind what else they do after that. I don't know, because they probably have to shed some salary because their owner doesn't want to spend more money.
Yeah, there's been rumors that Huberdeau would find his way out of town.
Yeah, which would be the worst thing. You got to add. You can't subtract and add.
Yeah.
Huberdeau's very underrated. Awesome player.
And he's on a great contract.
He's be a $9 million player.
The same thing, like I was saying, financially strained team. If they're going to bring in 2 big name contracts, they're going to have to ship at least 1 big name contract out. So, they're kind of. And then if they bring in Bobrovsky, like we were talking about in last week's podcast with Luongo, who knows if he'll be around next year or what they're going to do with Reimer, because Reimer has another year on his deal too. So
he's at
there'd be too many goalies there.
3.4.
Yeah.
It's a decent cap hit.
Yeah.
Reimer hasn't really done anything though.
No, he's been pretty bad. So this was Bugner, I guess, was a coach with Couture at one point with San Jose. So he got fired and said, Couture said, a Boogie is a great coach, give him a chance. And then he said again, any team that gets him is very lucky. We'd love to bring him back. And then Couture specifically replied to the Florida's press release tweet. He said, "Lol, yeah, totally his fault. Bring him back at San Jose Sharks."
That's what you're saying.
Oh boy.
And he hasn't taken them down. They've been up there all day.
He means that. Yeah.
He means it. It's almost 2,000 favorites and over 200 retweets.
Well, I think there is more to that team than just Bugner.
Oh, it's just remember Dale Talon. Remember he gift drafted 2/3 of Vegas's top line.
Smith and Mastershalt.
They had some things going on there. They had that whole shit show where they fired Talon and then they brought in the other guy and he was a advanced stats guy and then they brought in like Demers and
they played Moneyball.
Some other guy. Yeah,
They played Moneyball.
They brought in
They
all these.
only played Moneyball. It was all analytically.
They brought in all these,
statisticians.
Not even statisticians. These players who, with the eye test, aren't really standout, but in the advanced stats world,
That we don't understand.
they're studs. Yeah, and then they had that for like 3/4 of the season.
Not
Was it
even.
last year, 2 years ago.
A few years ago now. 3 years ago.
Yeah, like 2/3 of a season they had in there, and then he got let go, and they put Talon back in place, and Talon almost immediately shipped everybody out that the guy brought in.
Yeah.
So it was just this like
And then
big turnover.
they fired
Jared Gallant.
in Carolina. He taxied all the way back to Florida.
Yeah,
That's a little weird. I've never heard anything like
And
that.
then
I
go
know, I've
on.
never been that.
You made
Gets
a
a
guy.
job with Vegas and goes to the Cup Finals.
No big
next year,
deal.
so, yeah.
Humble brag.
So yeah, Florida's it's pretty interesting.
They're. I thought they were a playoff team this year, but next year I think they're going to be.
They kind of dropped off near the end. They were in the fight.
They were kind of in it and out all year.
They finished 12 points out of the wild card at the end, but I think the team kind of.
When you have a beast like Barkov, though, I think anything can happen.
They also missed Trocheck, but anyways, moving on. Any other thoughts for you?
I don't know. I got nothing really else here, unless you guys want to talk about your biggest disappointments of the season.
Okay, can we? What I will talk about is that's great. Unless you got something else.
I'm surprised at the all-in move by Columbus and just what the future holds for them now.
That was very interesting. Yeah.
Luckily,
They did make
they
it.
snagged the last wild card spot, and they get to play Tampa Bay in the first round.
by 2 points.
Yeah.
I really do want to watch that series.
Okay. We thought at the time, we were like, if they're going to make the playoffs, they're probably at TV. You can go back and listen to it.
No, we did say
I'm
TV.
pretty sure
we
they
did
said
say
that.
that.
Mm-hmm.
We did say that.
We were like, is it worth it to get bounced in 5 or 6? Because do you really give them a fighting chance?
Their hands were tied. They had no choice.
But they gotta.
Ottawa, they fell into Ottawa's arms. Those two teams fell into each other's arms.
If they made up a couple more points, they might have got Washington.
They were close.
They need one more point.
They were so close.
They would have fared better against Washington, I think. Tampa Bay is just going to rip them to shreds.
Carolina almost played Islanders at one point.
Yeah.
I think Tampa, not on paper, but I think Tampa Bay is just going to get to Bobrovsky.
Are they missing some people right now, though, Tampa?
Doesn't matter.
No,
Okay.
I
They
think
could
they're
miss.
doing all right. Yeah,
I
no,
think Hedman, he was hurt there 2 weeks ago. I think he's fine now.
yeah, he was a little banged up, but I think he's back playing.
So Tampa,
But-
they're 7-3 going into the playoffs, and so is Columbus. The last 10 games. So they're both hot.
But you got to remember, Tampa was playing their third string goalie for the last couple games. So.
I think Tampa is going to steamroll maybe 4, maybe 5.
They were in cruise control for the last
But
2 weeks of the season.
they've been dominating the entire year, and they've had their gas on the pedal still. They never really dip like Toronto or Boston
No,
or Washington. All those teams had big skids.
yeah, no, they lost 16 games.
I
17
mean,
games
for Christ's sakes, Pittsburgh got 100 points, and Columbus is 8, and they had 98. You almost needed 100 points in the East to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember looking at that. I remember thinking to myself, why are these teams in the West making the clinch, and then the Islanders haven't clinched yet, and they're even they have more points.
And there's 3 100-point teams in the West, and Colorado made it with 90 points at 8 and 8, coming in at 7-1-2.
That's gonna be a really interesting series to watch against the Flames.
That's gonna be a fun one because I haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
I want to see McKinnon. I want to see what Nate Mac can do.
He's been in the playoffs before.
We saw Nate Mac
He's
3 years ago, but he was still developing.
He wasn't what he was now.
Was he a rookie that season?
Yeah,
rookie,
he was.
second year.
So now he's a one-man wrecking ball, and
But Rantanen is sort of helping now. Rantanen kind of dropped. Actually, there's the one for you.
Landeskog came back too.
No, but Rantanen kind of disappeared.
he was at the top of the standings, scoring standings
For a while.
ever, and then he just
Quiet
tailed
down.
off,
Dropped right off.
real
Yeah.
off.
No, Landeskog, I thought he had a season-ending injury or something. They were
He's
saying.
not 100%.
Yeah.
He's probably playing with one arm.
Playing, yeah. No, but that should be interesting. Colorado also, they're vying for the cup, and they're also vying for the first overall pick this year. So
if you could take any team right now going into the offseason, like with their makeup,
it's a great outlook.
They have everything in their favor. They're going to get Hughes, Kakko, Cousins, or Byram. We saw Byram the other night. He was noticeably the best player on the ice.
Yeah.
You go to the game last night?
I didn't know.
No?
No.
I thought about it, but I didn't. Did they won? Did the Giants win?
They won 2-1 in OT, yeah.
Oh, you go to overtime.
They went to OT. It ended like 4 minutes into overtime.
There you go. Okay, that was good. But he's a top. I think he's got to be 4, 5, 6. Byram somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I don't know much about their forwards, but Colorado's going to get one of 4 of those players.
Mm-hmm.
And they also got cap space. They have Barry, who they can flip and get a monstrous return for. They got Connor Timmins. They got Cale McCarr.
Yep. They've got a lot of prospects in the pipeline.
All they got to do is sign Ratton, and that's probably their biggest problem.
Doesn't Barry have a few years left?
He's got 1 more year left.
Oh, 1 more year. Okay.
He's having like a 70-point season.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like, why has his name always been on the trading block for the last 4 years or so?
I don't know why, but
He's-
I think it's just because
He's a very valuable player on that team.
I know.
I don't know why they're looking to trade him always, but you know.
Because I think
I guess now that his
1 year
contract's
out,
coming up,
you gotta
yeah,
either sign him, which
Yeah.
is like at 28. He's 27, turning 28,
he's,
so 6
he's going to be probably asking like
8.
Burns money, like 8 mil.
8
Yeah.
times 8.
Mhm.
You want to do that for Barry?
No,
I don't.
I don't. I wouldn't want to as a GM.
As much as he's a great player, he's not Brent Burns. Like Brent Burns can do more for you. He's more of a physical presence.
Yeah.
Like Barry's a great player, but 8 times 8 is a lot for a guy who hasn't really done much. He doesn't have Norris. Does Burns have Norris?
Yeah.
Did he have Norris at the time of his contract? Signed the contract before or after?
That part I can't tell you.
I don't know. But anyways, the lottery's on Tuesday.
That should be interesting.
That's gonna be fun. At
Yep.
5.
Yep.
We maybe can do a live podcast on that one.
Maybe.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it'll be early though. It's probably at 4.
It's at 5. I recorded it.
It's at 5.
Yeah.
I could get off work and get over here.
It's at 5. You guys can do it without me. I'm off until 6:30.
We'll do it.
5 to 6.
No, this isn't our full-time job, by the way.
This is our full-time job.
I mean, yes, it is. I'm sorry.
This is all I do.
I really wish the Odis made the playoffs.
Me too.
Yeah.
Looking at that chart right now.
They had their first sellout in probably a decade.
I don't know if you fellas, you guys ever been to their building?
Yeah,
You have?
I have been.
Really?
I
I
watched
heard.
it.
I heard it's really out in the fucking nowhere.
It is, but it's a nice setup because it's beside their other
The
stadium.
football stadium.
It is
right next to it.
It's
Yeah.
right next door, and it's
People go out to watch football because it's one time a week, but people aren't willing to drive all that way out
Do that for
3-4 times a week to go
Like,
watch.
give me a
anyways.
comparison to where we are.
Well,
like they're
it's,
downtown. I say, give me downtown Arizona is in comparison to downtown Vancouver.
What's in
Well-
Glendale? It's actually in Glendale.
yeah, it's in a different city. It's like
Glenn, like their main.
it was like a 40-minute drive from
Phoenix.
where I was staying. Yeah,
From Phoenix. For me, it was like a 45-minute drive or hour drive.
So if the Canucks, it'd be like the Canucks playing in Lane.
in like Abbotsford or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
Chilliwack.
Okay. Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Well, well on our sake, we go to Vancouver to watch a game. Will you flip it?
You flip it, but the difference is
You're in the.
you're in the city as opposed to going way the hell out
Out
to
the
the middle
sticks.
of nowhere.
And also,
Yeah.
you have more ways of transit. You can take the SkyTrain. You can.
You're in. Just picture this. You're in the middle of a desert.
Yeah.
It's just sand and a couple cacti around.
Yeah.
And then there's a giant football stadium, a giant parking lot, and a average-sized hockey arena.
Yeah.
Their arena is sweet, though. Actually, I
They
really
want.
like
They
it.
want a new arena.
I watched them play the Atlanta Thrashers the year before they
Moved away.
moved out.
I
to-
watched them play the Red Wings against Hasek when he was 43 years old, still playing.
That was a long time
It was a long time ago, and then I saw him play the Sharks when Patrick won one of 2 fights in his whole career. I saw that happen. It's pretty funny.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the lottery. Canucks have 9th. Our 9th probably gonna pick 9th or 10th. I just don't. I don't want it to go to teams who've already gotten it. Like if the Oilers get top 3, I'd be so pissed.
Maybe Montreal will win.
They already got it. They have a top 3 pick. Fuck off. But like a team like like some teams like look at Calgary. They didn't have a top 3 pick. They hit on Monahan and Kachuk, and they got Goudreau. Was Goudreau the fifth round pick? Third round pick?
Yeah, I want to say a third maybe.
He wasn't a first round pick. I know that much.
Goudreau, yeah, he's a superstar. Came out of the weeds.
So like Calgary is a great example why you don't need a top 3 pick to make.
What was
Monahan
Kachuk?
was 7.
Monahan was 7th. Kachuk was
6th.
6th. Right,
So-
because Levy.
Levy,
Right.
that's
yes.
why.
Yeah, that's how you know that one.
So, like,
Their superstar defenseman Giordano was, I think, he was like a 5th round pick or something. Like
yeah,
that.
he just started being the guy you think he is now in the last 3 years or so. Like he just for some reason he just got better with age.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that. We'll do our playoff predictions in the next 2 days or so, with a lottery maybe in there.
Yeah, we're actually doing we're going to change up a little bit. We're going to do a
video format for the playoff predictions.
Our first attempt.
A first attempt, so make sure to trip us extra hard if you watch it.
And if it doesn't work out, you'll know it didn't work out.
Because we won't.
It didn't work. It didn't make
it won't be
in.
posted. If
Yeah, it won't be posted.
Yeah, if it's that bad.
Yeah. I think it'll work out.
I think this year was a really fun year for the NHL. I think it was a really good year. Okay, I wish they would do less fucking outdoor games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No more heritage.
I
classics.
didn't watch any.
I don't even care.
I didn't watch any outdoor games.
I cared when it was Buffalo and it was Crosby in the shootout. Like I was looking forward to that game because it was new, it was fresh.
It was once a year.
And then
4 of them or 5 of them.
And now there's one in California. There's the Heritage Classic in Canada. There's 3 in the northeastern quadrant, like with Philadelphia,
Pittsburgh,
that area, Rangers,
Chicago,
that area.
every time.
There's 2 of those teams. Whereas Boston, they're in there, or Detroit, whatever.
Yep.
I just don't give a shit. And there's also the AHL one, and there's a college one. I don't care anymore.
They really push it, and it's funny because, realistically speaking,
And they did a World Juniors one.
And
that was horrible.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Don't make a game that matters
Yeah.
in a short tournament playing outdoor conditions.
Yeah.
I remember one of the Heritage Classic, and it was, other than the fact that I have kind of an interesting memory, the visuals itself, I was lower bowl, and the rink was still terribly far away.
Oh, it's terrible for in-person experience.
It's terrible. It is not fun.
You're freezing your ass off.
Yeah.
You're just...
Well, he wasn't. He was watching
I was
BC
watching
Place.
BC Place, but still,
yeah, there's sunroof opening up
Yeah,
from
it
the
was
top.
March and it
in
was
a cloudy,
sunny,
overcast.
20 degrees outside.
But it wasn't anything to write about. I pay you pay absolutely premier tickets to go to something like that, and you're just I could have.
You can't even see it from the front row.
And the fact that Vancouver and Ottawa had very similar looking jerseys, just who planned this?
That was Longo's last game with Connect.
All I remember is we want Lou. That was the biggest.
That was the weirdest shit show.
It was a total shit show. And then they put up a Mark Messier video of him selling snowmobiles, and everyone booed it for 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
You'll never know.
I'll never forget that game.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's pretty much it for what I have to say.
Yeah.
Well,
So you guys have anything else you want to say?
how about Ottawa?
Did exactly what you expected them to.
They were last.
Obviously the owner, you weren't expecting.
You see what he
any
said
of that
the other day?
stuff.
Shut up, man. Shut up. No, stop talking to media.
What did he say?
He's like, I expect my team to make the playoffs next year.
Must have been drinking.
I expect my team to make the playoffs. Why do you have to say anything?
Yeah.
You just said 3 weeks, they're on the trade line. We're going to be rebuilding. We're going to suck right now. We're not going to spend the cap. We're going to be good in 5 years. You want to make the playoffs next year?
Yeah.
He wants to make the playoffs next year, and I'm pretty sure he wants to be a cup contender in 2 years or something like that, he said.
A cup contender?
In 2 years, yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the quote.
Count your lucky stars. Your team is not owned by Eugene Melnick.
Yeah.
I feel more worse
Unless
for
you live in
Sens
Ottawa.
Yeah. But for us three, thank God we are not Sens fans.
Yes.
I would rather be an Oilers fan over a Sens fan.
Ooh.
That's how bad they are.
I'd rather be an Oilers fan.
Shut up, Kurt.
We showed the world. Well, they showed the world enough heat. Made the playoffs,
They showed the world
suck
that
it.
defense wins games.
It does win games.
And they couldn't figure that out with
Good
JT
coach.
there.
Good coach. good management.
Commitment to defense.
Lamoriello helped too. A lot of people don't
Well,
want
like,
to. Huh?
what did he do? He lost Tavares and he brought in
He
three
brought
other
in-
guys.
He brought in
three
he
fourth
brought
liners.
He plugged the holes.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything. His hard work is going to be this offseason is keep Lee, Nelson, and Everly, or choose which one is a good one to pick. Stay.
Yeah, they've got a lot of unsigned guys going on.
And he's got also re-signed Barzell.
Probably keep-
we might find Barzell or next year, but
He probably keep Lee. Everly, I could see leaving though.
Everly I think will walk because but Lee probably might stay, but he'll be 8x8, 7+.
This just in. Edmonton Oilers signed Jordan Everly to an 8-year, $8
Yeah.
million.
Everly, I think he's still a good player. I
Yeah,
think
he's
he's a
good.
second line right winger. He's kind of a 40-point guy now.
I like him.
But he creates offense. I wouldn't go. He's one of those guys that be buyer beware. I wouldn't go a cent over 3 years, maybe 4 years at 4.5, 4 times 4 maybe max. I think his foot speed's going. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's pretty much.
Think
it was
we'll
a
wrap
fun
it
year.
up
It was
here.
a fun year.
It was a
fun
good year.
All
Yeah.
the scoring.
And it was the inaugural season for Underdog Hockey Pod. And
It
we're going to
was.
keep blasting through the playoffs here through the off season. We'll keep it going. Signing off for the 2019 season.
Like and subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Instagram. Plenty more fun posts coming up. And next episode, we're going to try out some live feed once again. Make
Video
sure-
format. You might get some new content here, different formatting. So we'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Still working on the iTunes thing. It's just I don't know.
iTunes is a bitch.
They're being a bitch right now. Yeah. Signing off for Kurt and Brad. This is Tyler.
Take it next time.
Till
Catch
next
you later.
time. Catch you later.